Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer your October 2025 elemental reading for Earth in the area of love and relationships. These are general readings, so take what works for you, leave the rest for someone else. Earth covers the zodiac signs of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So if you're Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, then this message is for you. If you've never had your charts read, there is a link in the description for a birth chart. It's not sponsored or anything like that. It's just a really good kind of get an idea of who you are at a baseline. They're really fun to read through, so you check that out. How I like to do my readings for relationships is we look at the singles first, then we look at the couples, and we kind of check out to see which chakra energy is lighting up, giving us an idea of kind of where the focus will be for October, and then we'll look at some tarot just to get a little more clarity. So Earth singles, you are getting number 44 Bliss for your chakra card. I believe this is going to be your crown, but we'll find out here in a second. Bliss is a state of peace beyond stress, peace beyond chaos or frustration. So in your single aspect, Earth, this could actually mean where you're at right now, you're good. If a friendship or a partner comes along, great. If not, so be it. You're okay both ways. That's the energy that's coming in. I'm also getting this really strong vibe for your energy right here that is, you found a balance within your life, so this need or this longing or this urge to have this other person in your life, it's not there anymore. So if it happens, great. If it doesn't, you're okay, which is really actually a healthy way to view life right now. But that's the energy that's coming up, is you really have stepped beyond the kind of earthly desire aspect of things, which also puts you in a really good spot if something comes along, because you're already there, you're already at that balanced point. So it's like, okay, cool, I can add you in now because I'm good. Our book here, because these have a lot of good information in them, says beyond all elements. It is not given for us to know everything or the source of everything. We know more about the elements of the cosmos than we know about the past, but who can say what occurs or exists within one of the great black holes that are in space, or beyond those even? Likewise, we cannot know what causes a few great souls to be born with a sense of eternal bliss, or what opens the doors to develop such senses more easily than others. It's only through divine grace and the opening of the 1,000 petals of our 7th chakra that we can experience knowing beyond knowing. And this is a crown chakra card. Your crown chakra is this little dinky spot, well, it feels small. On most people, there's a little flat spot right at the very top of their skull, and that's basically the seat, or where the petal or the bud of the flower sits. And the way you can look at the 1,000-petal lotus of the crown is each spiritual lesson that you learn opens another petal. And so it's a way to really focus on that growth and achievement, because each of the lower chakras work towards this goal of awakening the 7th. Your keywords are bliss, success, enjoyment, feeling high on life, connecting with your crown, tuning into the cosmic nature of love. So you really are in this beautiful energy right now, Earth, that you're balanced, you're stable, but there's also this call for your spiritual growth. Like, you've already been aligned with it, you've already been working towards it, whether that's in church or whether that's on your own. And so this has been a very strong theme. Because of that, you have found a balance that takes you out of the need for stuff. It's always nice to have, and so it's more of like, oh, I kind of want that, but it's not like it's a need. So you don't need to be hunting the apps, if you will. You don't need to be out chasing at the bars. It's more like, I'll go out if I feel like it. I don't need to do that. You're comfortable with where you are. You're comfortable with where you're at. And in a lot of ways, that puts you at a very beautiful crossroads, because when something does come along, you're already in the right headspace to be like, this is what I'm looking for. We can bring this in. And if you're in that space and the other person's in that space, you are going to align really quickly because you already know enough about who you are and what your goals and ambitions and dreams and all that fun stuff is, that you don't have to worry about it and you don't have to stress over it. It's already there. So Earth singles, you're in a really, I love this energy for you. It's amazing. Your first tarot is the Ten of Water. A contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and mental needs are met. Trustworthy relationships. Even if you are not actively searching for someone, you have a social life. You've got a friend group. Even your extended family, they're all in this beautiful supporting energy. So you're in just Earth, you're in a very good spot. This is kind of your place anyway, this hearth and home and comfort and stability and not worrying about other stuff. This is where you live. So this is really saying, good job, Earth. You have tapped into your natural skills and talents, and that has actually mirrored out into the outside world. So overall, your life is doing really peaceful. That's the energy that keeps coming up, is just, you're good. You don't have to worry about stuff, which, take that worry and you're good. That's where this is supposed to be. So your second tarot, this is a major arcana card. It's number 12 with Awakening, Archangel Gabriel. And in most traditional tarot decks, this would be the Hanged Man. Sorry. Looking at things from a different perspective, a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. And this is actually what the images I'm getting right now are really cluttered because it's like a lot coming forward. So basically what we're getting first is this bliss, this peaceful, this quiet aspect is so that you can make sure that you're in the best spot. You're being yourself, so to speak. You're not worried about other people, what their opinion is, because you're living your life. And that's actually healthy. It's also giving you the opportunity, because you're in balance, because you're in this quiet state, you're able to look around you and see what else is going on. Is there something new that you want to bring in? Is there something fun that you might not have heard of before? Because you are in a balanced state, you can experience things in a different way now. And you can find things that feed your bliss, that feed your peace, that feed the harmony that you're looking for. And that's actually a way to draw in other people if you're looking. And if you're not, that's fine too. But you have this very contented energy. They just keep emphasizing that contented energy where it's like if there's a cat purring or there's a chicken gently cooing on her roost because she's not worried about anything. That's the energy that's coming up here. So Earth singles, you are very much about good job where you're at. You've achieved a great deal. This is a kind of a reprieve for you in the relationship scene because you don't have to go out and dig. You're not out there chasing. You're just taking a breath and you're enjoying the moment. You've learned to live in the now flow of existence, and that sets you outside of the rest of it. So good job, Earth singles. In relationship wise, it's really just you're not worried about that anymore. If it happens, great. If it doesn't, just as great, because you're good either way. So let's take a peek at our couples. Before we do that, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and comment. Let me know your thoughts, feelings, and impressions. And if you happen to see something different in the cards that I'm holding up, feel free to comment down below. It's always fun to hear what other people's intuition brings forward, because I read mostly by intuition. So it's fun to see what other people are seeing. And Earth couples. Okay, Earth energy overall, you're definitely in your crown this month, because Earth couples have number 47, reality. And this is, you see your relationship, Earth couples, in so much more of a grounded state. You're beyond what other energy is. You're being held up. I believe this is an albatross, but we'll find out in the book here. You're being held up by the divine, so you're being supported, and it doesn't really matter what is going on outside of your relationship. You guys together are building, you're growing, you're expanding, and that is allowing you to really focus on the relationship. The world, being as chaotic as it can be at times, is really not that important to you. I mean, it is, but it's not, because you have each other. You have your spiritual practice. You have all of this energy that's coming in for seeing reality and shifting it into this state where you're actually the one kind of making the reality the way it is, because you're focused on your relationship. You both have spiritual connection because your crown chakra is opened up, and that's where your energy focuses as well, and that allows a shift in reality for you, and that's really powerful if you use it for the best options, I guess I should say. Our deity here is Saraswati, and this is the goddess of wisdom dressed in the color of purity. She plays the celestial music on the Veena while riding a swan. Sorry, not an albatross, it's a swan. Linked with loyalty and liberation, she is the monarch of music, creative arts, writing, and true knowledge that is symbolized by the scroll she carries. Students are known to pray to her to help master studies and sharpen intellect. So this could also be a good time if you're having questions within the relationship, like what are we doing next, or where are we going next, because your loyalty is already there. Now it's what are we building as a couple? What are we doing next? This is a good time to review things. Are we ready to start that family? Are we ready to buy that house? Are we ready to buy that car? Are we moving across the country? Is that job the right one? These are all the questions that couples usually have, and you're in the right energy field right now because you're doing this from a connection to source, where you're looking at it without conflict. You're looking at it from a place of harmony, of working with your soulmate, your partner, however you look at that, where you're heart to heart, but you're also mind to mind, and you have the blessings of God, Source, Divine coming in. So your challenges aren't really going to be showing up this month in that aspect. Now, this is a general reading, so take what works, but that's the energy that's coming forward. So our keywords here are knowledge and wisdom, good memory, knowing the truth, the mastery of one's self. You're balancing positive and negative in oneness, and you're arriving at a destination successfully. So you really are changing the world by how you guys connect with each other. Whether you're the earth, you're cross-watching for your partner who's the earth, there's earth in your chart on a high level, it really doesn't matter, because how you guys are coming together, your ability to see, love, and appreciate each other in your relationship is also amplifying that energy out into the world. So people around you are being more compassionate with each other. They're seeing things from a healthier standpoint, and they're coming together. They're wanting to come together because your energy is radiating out. And that can feel like a big thing, but the reality is it's pretty simple, because you're making the connection one-on-one, and you're building the bubble around you. So as you move around, that bubble is touching everything that you've touched, and that's expanding the energy. So it's not like you're having to force this. This is just you guys being you, and it's amplifying into the world. So good job. Your first tarot is a major arcana. It's number 2 with the High Priestess with Archangel Haniel. So this is the voice of the Mother Goddess on the planet. So we're tapping into some divine feminine energy here. Listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting, which ties into the reality one, because if you have questions, this is the time to ask them. You're both are in a flow state. You're both in your crowns. There's this energy of enlightenment, of growth and expansion, but also tied to peace and harmony. It's the balance of the light and the dark, the masculine and the feminine. I don't care if you're in a same-sex relationship or a traditional relationship. There's always that aspect of the masculine and the feminine being balanced. And that's where the High Priestess energy is when you come in to understand how you show up, and you're understanding the compassion of the divine feminine, because that energy is going to keep things more on a calmer state. The divine masculine can be a little over aggressive at times because it's protective, it's domineering, but it's going to show you the right way. There's a lot of force involved with that, and if you look at the yin yang and you look at some of these other aspects, they're not opposites to each other in the negative hostile stance. It's the balance as coming in. This one with the High Priestess is saying, yes, you have this more dominant energy coming up, but you also have the subtle energy. Don't forget the subtle energy. And that's the intuitive side, the compassionate side, the soft side, but in that softness there's steel. Because when you really find a woman who stands in her power, not in a masculine sense, but in a feminine sense, it's a whole different world of, yes, ma'am. And that's the energy that's coming up here is, don't forget there's two sides to all these coins that you're dealing with, and in a loving relationship you can honor the femininity in the partner, you can honor the masculinity in the partner, and you come together in unity, which makes you guys even more powerful, makes your ability to grow together even stronger. Going along with masculine and feminine balance here, we have number 4, major arcana, the Emperor with Archangel Michael. So you literally are working with the two masculine and feminine energies in this reading. So you really are in balance with everything is what's coming forward here. Organization, logic, structure and discipline, leadership potential. So when we look at the Emperor, this is the god in aspect coming forward. This is the energy where the High Priestess is speaking for the Mother Goddess. She's the representative, but she embodies the goddess. The Emperor comes in as the god, the Lord, saying, okay, now how are we going to do this? When you have Shakti and Shiva come together, worlds are created. When you have, not great representative, we'll skip that one. When you have Jupiter and Venus come together, which is usually not how those two work together, we're playing with words, you have powerful creation. When you have the loving relationship of the bonding between those two energies, magic happens, creation is accomplished. Think of that in that aspect. It's not a matter of looking at the differences, Earth. That's not what you're doing. You're embracing how you interact with each other, how your connection to each other, how you play off each other and build each other up. In those powerful supporting moments, your reality of life in your crown chakra shifts. This is what's happening. You're here. And this is the play out of what that actually means, is the masculine and the feminine within the relationship is harmonious. And when the two of you have come together in that state, and you found your balance, you found what works for you guys as a couple, and those things can bounce around a lot, so don't assume one way is right and one way is not. When you guys come together in the best way for you, where you're building each other up and you're supporting each other, the universe opens in a way that doesn't happen for a lot of people, because you are in harmony with each other, you're in harmony with the universe, therefore you're aligned in a very powerful way, and that's the energy that's coming up here for October for our Earth couples. So overall, I have to say, Earth couples and singles, you guys are doing something right now, because it's really lined up. You're definitely in your crowns, which means spirituality is a very strong focus in your life, whether it's going with a church thing or if it's doing the solo spiritual thing. You are in that beautiful energy. So go forth with that, spread your light amongst everyone, allow your joy that you're feeling to overflow, and that harmony that you feel within to mirror itself into the world around you. With that, I will let you guys and gals go. Have a great month of October, which it looks like you will, and I'll see you in the next video.